HolyWireMod here with tutorial 25 in the Expression 2 series, where we're going to be taking a look at an introduction to matrices as well as dealing with some 2x2 matrix, just to give you guys a basic idea. Now the matrix has, let's see, we need persist. We're going to have a matrix right here, and this is going to be matrix 2. This is for 2x2. Next tutorial we have 3x3 and a 4x4, but right now we're dealing with a 2x2. So the matrix or matrices are able to have basic operations of math be done on them. For example, we can do addition and subtraction, we can do multiplication by scalars and vectors and matrices, division by a scalar and exponential, but only with exponential it's integers between -1 and 2, and we can also take the delta of a matrix, which is simply going to return the matrix in this case. So anyway, let's say that we want to print out our matrix, so we can do that, and we need to actually define our matrix right here. So we want to get the identity matrix, which has to have a 2 right here because we're dealing with matrix 2, and that's going to give us like a 1 0 0 1, and that 0 1 is actually the second row, where the 1 0 is the first row. Okay, so let's say we want to get the zeroed out matrix, so we can do that just as fine by typing 0 0 0 0. If we want to initialize our matrix with a bunch of information like these integers here, we can do that as such, and we can also do that in vector 2 format. However, when dealing with vector 2 format, you're actually going to have to switch this one and this one, so to retain the same order as you can see right there. Elsewise, it gets kind of jumbled up. So let's bring this back to 1 2 3 4, as you can see, and let's do some row swapping and whatnot. So we're going to say that we're going to take this, and matrix is going to be equal to row swap, or swap row, not row swap. Whoopsies, swap rows, there we go. And now the rows are swapped. And same thing with columns, you can do that as well. Now, let's say that I actually wanted to set certain values in there and only wanted to modify the rows or the columns. So we can say setRow, and then we'll say what row we're going to be setting. So we'll have 1 because we're going to set row number 1. And let's say that we want to put the values 5 and 6 instead of that 1 and 2, so there you go. And if we want to do it for row 2, of course, you just put a 2 right here, and you got your 5 and 6 right there as well. Alright, so we can do that with column as well. And set the second one to 5, 6, so you see, and then we'll set the first one just so you see what that looks like. Alright, so you have 5, 6 right there. Now, you can also do this with vector 2. So let's do that. We have vector 2, and we'll set row 1, and there you go. Same thing. So you can also, of course, you can do that with the row or columns. It doesn't really matter. So anyway, that's going to conclude everything with the 2x2 vectors. If you have any questions, feel free to leave some in the comments below. Of course, I'll be getting to 3x3 and 4x4 in the next video. But as always, if you like the content, feel free to like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys in the next tutorial.